This episode of The Office is packed with hilarious conversations, classic pranks, awkward moments, and unexpected twists. It begins with Michael Scott asking everyone what 3 books they would take to a deserted island. While some employees choose meaningful books like the Bible or novels they enjoy, Dwight completely changes the discussion by turning it into a survival mission. Instead of thinking about entertainment, he talks about hiding emergency supplies inside a book, carrying waterproof matches, iodine tablets, food, and even asks whether he still has his shoes after the plane crash, because he believes leather could help him survive. The conversation then shifts from books to desert island movies. Every employee shares their favorite films, leading to funny debates about what really makes a perfect movie to watch forever. Michael criticizes several choices, while everyone jokes about each other's tastes. The discussion becomes even more entertaining when they start playing a game called Who Would You Do?, where everyone jokingly chooses a coworker they would date. The answers create awkward but hilarious reactions throughout the office, especially when Jim jokingly chooses Kevin and Michael makes everyone uncomfortable by taking the game too seriously. Meanwhile, Jim pulls one of his most memorable pranks on Dwight by convincing him that Thursday is actually Friday. Dwight spends the entire day believing the weekend is about to begin. Everyone in the office joins the prank by pretending it's Friday, making Dwight completely believe the lie. Jim even calls Pam and casually refers to the next day as Saturday, just to keep the joke alive. Later, Dwight discovers the truth and realizes he has been tricked once again. At the Stamford branch, Jim tries to fit in by playing Call of Duty with his coworkers. However, he has almost no experience with the game and quickly becomes the weakest player on the team. Andy and the others become frustrated with Jim's poor performance, especially when he accidentally uses the wrong weapons and ruins their strategy. Their overly serious attitude toward the game creates several laugh-out-loud moments as Jim struggles to understand what everyone is talking about. Back in Scranton, Dwight begins investigating a marijuana cigarette that was found in the parking lot. Acting like a detective, he interviews employees and searches for clues. Michael panics and announces that everyone will have to take a company drug test. The announcement immediately creates fear and confusion around the office. Michael then delivers an overly dramatic anti-drug speech filled with incorrect facts and ridiculous statistics. Instead of helping, he only embarrasses himself, while Toby repeatedly corrects his mistakes, making Michael even more frustrated. As the day continues, rumors spread that the Scranton branch may be closing. Michael becomes determined to save everyone's jobs and decides to confront company executive David Wallace. He brings Dwight along for support, and together they drive to New York, hoping to convince Wallace not to shut down the branch. Before the meeting, Dwight even coaches Michael on what to say, but everything goes wrong. Michael loses confidence, believes he has failed everyone, and becomes convinced that he has destroyed the future of the entire office. Just when Michael and Dwight are feeling completely defeated, they receive shocking news. Instead of closing the Scranton branch, the company has decided to shut down the Stamford branch. Scranton will remain open and everyone's jobs are safe. Michael and Dwight immediately celebrate with excitement, realizing that all of their fears were unnecessary. The episode ends on a joyful note, turning what seemed like a disaster into a huge victory for the Scranton office. Overall, this episode perfectly combines workplace comedy, unforgettable pranks, funny office games, competitive video gaming, awkward social interactions, and an emotional ending, making it one of the most entertaining episodes of The Office.